They mocked me. Every word was a dagger. "You're wasting your time," my father sneered, eyes squinting as if my dreams were a stain on our family's reputation. "A painter? You're going to starve. That's not a real career." My mother shook her head, pity flickering in her eyes. "It's just a phase. You'll see. You're embarrassing us with this foolishness." They warned me I'd fail. They told me I'd be nothing, an artist chasing a pipe dream, a foolish child chasing rainbows. I heard the whispers, felt the shame seep into my bones, but deep inside, I knew this was my truth. I refused to be buried under their doubts. So I left that tiny town with nothing but my brushes, my canvas, and a fierce hunger to prove them wrong. I didn't have money. I didn't have connections. All I had was relentless determination fueled by their scorn. I painted in tiny apartments, slept on couches, worked dead-end jobs just to buy paint and brushes. Every rejection letter, every failed project was a punch in the gut. But in every setback, I found a spark proof I was still fighting. Years blurred into a relentless grind. I became a game developer, pouring my soul into pixel worlds, my art, my stories. I hacked through barriers, built my reputation slowly but surely. Critics called my work innovative. Players raved about my games. I'd finally proved that my vision mattered. And I kept going, climbing higher, pushing through every doubt, every "you're wasting your life." Then one day, I made it. My small indie studio hit the big leagues. I launched a game that shattered records. I was featured in magazines, invited to speak at conferences. No longer the outsider, I had carved my place in a world that once mocked me. I had become what they said I couldn't. But I knew, deep down, I had to go home. Not just to flaunt success, but to face the ghosts, the family who once turned their backs on my dreams. To show them what persistence and passion truly look like. When I arrived, the house looked the same, but I was unrecognizable. Not because I'd changed my face or my clothes, but because I carried the weight of everything I'd endured. I could feel their eyes on me, judging, skeptical, waiting for me to fall. Then I stepped inside, the living room filled with quiet anticipation. My father looked up, jaw tightening. My mother's eyes widened, disbelief flickering like a candle in a windstorm. I set down my portfolio, the dozen awards, the glowing reviews, the photos from launches and convention stages. I watched their faces as they processed the truth. This was the kid they'd called foolish, the one they dismissed, mocked, and shamed. "Mom, Dad," I said softly, voice steady but full of quiet strength. "Look at what I've built. Not just the games, but the life I fought for. I dared to dream when you told me I was wasting my time." I left. I struggled. I failed more times than I can count. But I never gave up. My father looked away, swallowing hard. My mother's eyes shimmered with unshed tears. I could see the shame they had carried all these years, the regret of dismissing me, of doubting that a ridiculous dream could become a reality. In that moment, I realized something profound. I wasn't just showing them my success. I was showing myself that the pain, the rejection, the loneliness, it was all worth it. The scars I'd earned weren't marks of my family's faces softened, understanding dawning like dawn after a long, dark night. They saw that I hadn't just become successful, I had become unbreakable. As I turned to leave, my mother reached out, her hand trembling. "We were wrong," she whispered, voice thick with emotion. "We never saw your fire. We thought it was just childish nonsense, but it was your truth. And I'm sorry we didn't believe in you sooner." I nodded, a tear slipping down my cheek. "It's okay, I forgive you, but I hope you see now. Dreams aren't stupid. They're what make us real, what make us alive. I walked out that door into the bright sunlight, feeling the weight of years fall away. I had returned a stranger they once mocked, but I left as someone who had shattered expectations, not just theirs, but my own. That day I proved that failure is just a stepping stone, that persistence turns ridiculous into legendary, and that no matter how dark the night, your own light can carve a path home. Because I am proof, dreams worth fighting for don't die. They only wait for you to come back and claim what's theirs.